Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to this race between two 2-1 runners in the Dragoon Helm group, Rexbanner and Commander Leonhart. My name is Xenocat. Joining me here in the booth tonight is Poydrak. How are you doing tonight?
Uh, Not too bad. Just sort of calming down from my own race yesterday, and yeah, I'm ready to go for this one. We've got a nice, even matchup looking forward to here.
Yeah, this is going to be a very exciting matchup. The Dragoon Helm group is absolutely stacked, in my opinion, and these two runners have definitely put on a great showing so far in the tournament.
Yeah, both 2-1 right now, both looking for that third victory, which will at least get them into the playoff contention and hopefully lead into maybe a first place or a tied first place finish later down the line.
Yeah, definitely hoping to try to work their way up to 3-1, because that puts them in a much better position to get potentially 4-1, which would, I believe, put them tied in first, because I think everyone in this group has taken at least one loss.
That is correct, yes. Dusty Griff lost against its commander Leonhart, and Mike Corgs recently lost against Dusty Griff. So whoever gets this victory today will be right on par with them.
Yeah, and we have, oh my goodness, I'm looking at this wonderful set of objectives. We have to both do the hook route and the Giant of Babil.
You want to do everything? Well, here's everything.
Yeah, just do everything. We also, there's not a lot of key items. We need the package and the sand ruby, and then that's about it, other than that hook and darkness crystal. And I guess we need the tower key too, but
Yeah, free key items outside of that. That's not really too much, but as we've seen in previous races, those free key items could be behind everything else.
yeah, these key items could be hiding really well. But it does look like we are off now. As we find out, our Yang is joined by Atella, and the King and Queen of Eblin are going to give us a ninja shirt and say, hey, you're not Edge. Go find our son and bring him back.
You can tell the Baron Castle isn't required today because there's a free boss in the very first spot.
Yeah, we definitely won't have to come back here.
So we'll see where our runners head out on their first bit. The traditional play at the moment is to go and see what what Edward has in the bed. However, Rexbanner decided, I'm going to go and get some money.
I mean, money's good too. Commander is headed right over to that Troya castle to see what item Edward will hand over. But Rex is doing a sort of interesting looting play. I definitely think this is not a terrible looting play, especially with the high value of the chests here in Castle Eblin. But it does take some time, and Bedward is just handing over the tower key. We don't have to worry about that one anymore.
Yeah. The small issue that people have really been seeing with this is at this moment in time, the character thing pool is limited. You've got a Yang, you've got a Teller in this particular party. It's not exactly one that's itching for equipment. So yes, you're going to get some things here, but none of it is really going to be useful right now.
Yeah, Commander, it looks like, has decided to head over to do a loot in Watery Pass instead, which is another higher tier area, but doesn't have, not quite as high tier, not quite as many chests, but there aren't any of those pesky trap chests that we see Rexbanner resetting out of.
Rex has found all three though, so everything here from this point on is free. There is a ribbon in this, so it's quite good. The entire right side of the tower is free because there's all the trap chests were either in the left tower or the center. So yeah, not going to be taking too long in this. Might find some decent items. We'll see where they go afterwards. So likely over to get that tower key, but already defying the convention, so may go somewhere else.
Yeah, we will just have to see. Commander, it looks like, is taking advantage of this Tela, walking all the way through the watery pass to get all of the loot. And then I think going to exit out at the other end, making good use of Tela's starting exit spell.
Yeah. Generally, this place isn't too bad on the walking anyway. You can get through and back, through to the back, and then back to the front, and in around about 3.5 minutes. So it's not too bad, but Teller does exasperate it a little bit and get you out a bit quicker.
Yeah, Tela definitely speeds this up, and I know some runners will not do this full loot of Watery Pass unless they have a Tela in their party.
It'll be the real interesting thing though is where they're going to go next, because yes, as they've got some nice equipment, but as I said, they're not going to use it. They're still going to have to go into the first fights without really too much in the way of attack power, and I'm not too certain if too many J items were found in that group.
Yeah, I think at this point we're kind of hoping that there's a good character on Mount Hobbs. Although that Poison Claw Yang might be able to do a little bit of work.
Front row, mid block, can hit for 100.
Yeah, that's only like 12, 13 hits on the Hobbs boss. That's fine. Telenos Blink will be fine.
Teller needs to survive a lot of hits, which isn't too bad. Sid could be the out that's required here. Yes, it's Kanyatso, but I think Sid should be able to bring this one home, as long as he's got a fairly decent a bit of stuff. And that looked like a short bow poison arrow combo, so not the greatest of starting gear.
Yeah, I'd like a better bow, please. Poison arrows are workable. Like they're not too terrible. You can usually make those work, but I would like a bow with better than. Oh, it's a great bow. Okay, so we have 30% accuracy. Yeah, let's equip that samurai bow.
And mute arrow, so not quite as bad as I was saying, but yeah, you definitely want a little bit more of that. That samurai bow is going to be very nice and young, and well, Teller actually can do pretty good work here because Kanyatso is alternatively weak to ice and lit whenever, depending on which form he's in.
Yep. We don't have any elemental claws for Young, but Tell is able to take advantage of these elemental weaknesses. Rex, meanwhile, decided to stock up on some vampires to speed up some of these early fights. This is definitely not a bad play. Vampires are one of the few J items that's actually for sale because they are single target, and they will do work on any boss that isn't undead.
They are quite expensive at 8,000, but that's with good reason because of other applications, and so yeah, very expensive, but with a low power start like this, definitely wanted.
Yeah, they will definitely speed up this fight for Rex. And it looks like Commander is realizing, hey, I'm not happy with the loot I have. I'm going to go to Ebwin Castle to pick up some more treasure.
That does put Rexbanner at a little bit of an advantage, mostly because of the vampires that were picked up. But not too bad. I'm not even using the vampires right now. I was hoping likely that Zeus Rage would have hit when the wave came out.
Yep. Commander might be thinking about taking on one of the trap chests here with that samurai bow and mute arrows, could be able to get through the Mad Ogre's chest.
Might be a good shout. I'm not too sure if there's anything to keep them from hitting him, because no real heavy armor has been found for Sid, and Teller and Yang don't really have a whole lot of hit points at this particular moment to survive them.
This is not an ideal chest, but it's fine. Staleman's skull was probably not what he was looking for, but the party is surviving.
Yang,
Mostly.
not quite so much.
Rexbanner gets through Hobbs, finds an extra vampire in that one chest, and then heads to the back to loot the back of it.
Yeah, the problem at this point is, well, Commander Leonhart doesn't have too much more, and Staleman like to put your characters to sleep.
Yeah, that fight is not going to end well for Commander Leonhart.
Yeah, considering that punch, usually they usually punch directly after one of your attacks, and because the way of statuses work, those punches will always inflict sleep on your character. So very difficult to deal with. But Commander Leonhart saying, "I'm not quite done yet. Maybe I can do another one."
Yeah, Commander Leonhart, I think, going to try to give this Mad Ogre's fight a try. Does have a Sid with mute arrows. If that Sid can survive.
The problem with this particular fight is the Mad Ogres, compared to Commander Leonhardt's team, is actually fairly quick. So you can't really guarantee that Sid is going to get them that time, because he's not. He's still base level. He's going to be a lot slower than Yang is. He's going to be, and Teller's definitely going to be. So those Mad Ogres are going to get a lot of turns.
Yeah, it looks like Commander has opted to just ignore them and head for the right tower, which we know doesn't have any trap chests in it, I believe. But Rexbanner's also back here for the trap chests. Not going much better for him.
One of the good things that was found there just a moment ago was a rune ring. So if we could put that on one of the characters here, they are defended against mages, and the Mad Ogres do technically class as mage, so that may defend them a bit, but that still doesn't affect Sid too much because he can't wear it.
Yeah, if we found a ribbon, that would help. But...
well, we have found a ribbon.
well, Commander Leonhart hasn't.
Well, he will find it in one of these chests, because I believe it was the second one, the one on the left of the two that are on the floor above where he is. But of course, not right there. Not
in time for these Mad Ogres. But Sid is equipped a little bit better, has some more defense. Yang has that rune ring, so Yang is at least able to resist a little bit of damage. And Rexbanner has climbed up Mount Ordeals to face Paladin.
Yeah, and those vampires come in very handy. Paladin not really defended against the straight type of magic that is. And second fight is Baigan. A little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, and Commander Leonhart unfortunately taking another wipe to these Mad Ogres.
Big issue about the vampires in this particular fight is Baigan does counter spells and spell-like items with the wall spell, so you can't really rely on them against his body.
Yeah, and so they're gonna be a little bit annoying. With these Gaia drums, could get a wall reflected onto his own party and then bounce the vampires off of that.
It's something that could be used.
I don't think that's gonna be the way that. Oh well, Biken just got healed. Cool.
Nice and all, but yeah.
And it does look
Meanwhile,
like we are bouncing vampires. But
yeah,
Commander Leonhart has decided that Eblin Castle is not for him.
and that last vampire did an amazing attack on Young.
Oh goodness, the seed is just not going either of her runners' ways. Oh hey look, it's Baron in. We get an Edward.
And the all gauntlet. So outcome to be honest, with the experience needed here, needed for Yang, you take this.
Yep, I don't think casting exit was intentional there, but yeah, we're gonna take this. This is a doable fight.
It's a long fight. All gauntlet usually is, but it's something you can get through. It's if you have to go through the second fight and sort of lose it there.
Yeah, but the second fight is pretty slow, and our runners do have Tele to cast Blinks, so I think this will be fine. And oh my goodness, there's another key item we need already.
So, Sand Ruby and is the only other required key item apart from underground access and moon. I'm feeling that we're going to get the magma key at some point. It's
Yeah,
just a feeling.
if we don't see a magma key on the overworld, this is going to be surprisingly jetty, I think. We can't say it's jet yet. We still need to find the Sand Ruby and then the Darkness Crystal and the Hook, but my goodness.
Commander Leonhart has had a difficult start, though. Now heading down to Antlion, it's 15 minutes in. You don't usually get down here at this sort of stage. You've usually either faded it for good or done it earlier, but down he goes. Rex hasn't actually done Antlion either, though, so
Yeah,
both of our runners are the same mind.
Both runners opted just to try to clear Eblin, and both bounced off.
Rexbanner really just took the advantage because of the lots of vampires that he picked up.
Yeah, sometimes when the seed doesn't give you what you need, you have to buy the things that'll let you make progress, and those vampires were it. And that's a character that can like maybe do things.
We have a couple of items. Oh, never mind about that magma key. There's the hook. We're free for free.
Oh my goodness. Okay, do you think the Darkness Crystal is going to be at Baron Inn or Fabul?
I don't want to say either, because if I do, it's more likely that it won't be there with my track record at the moment.
That's fair. I'm going with Darkness at Fabul, Sand Ruby at Baron Inn.
If we do have that people, then a cat will be your fortune teller for the rest of the Fine.
And Commander Leonhart has decided that he wants the Hook character. I do not blame him. I would want the Hook character too.
Yeah, not even checking the treasure chest down here. He wants to find out what's in the shops, who the character is, can they assist me, and also have a peek and see who that boss is, because that will give him a bit of an idea of who he has to deal with later.
Just Leviathan and elixirs in the shop, so none of those special J items that we like to see.
That's fine though. You're not really too worried about it. Cat claws and a Gungnir. That Gungnir could be useful, considering we know there's a cane in the seed now. Commander Leonhart doesn't know that, but we do.
Yeah, Rexbanner easily dispatching that, I think, was Mylon Z.
It was indeed.
And finds storages, which would be helpful for that Kinazo fight.
As well as backup star veils. Not really the... People have been getting through the fight without a whole lot of star veils required, but still very nice to see additional ones. And also, what's nice to see is a very, very vanilla looking confrontation in Cave of Lana.
Yeah, Harub, did you remember to randomize this? I'm not sure, because that was definitely a Ruby sprite and definitely an Edge. We also got a peek at the Sandruby bed. It's a vanilla Rosa, so that's fun.
Of course, that could still be elements. We haven't seen anything that will fully identify that, but at least you know what you're getting into what are you getting into in that fight. And Commander Leonhart having that edge, you can definitely say has got quite a bit of power behind them now. Well, I've already found some pretty decent gear for Edge, so gonna make a little bit more easier work with the overworld, which honestly I think he needs to catch up with.
Yeah, getting a full moon for Edge, that's gonna be a very nice power boost from that shop. And full moon assassin daggers, not ideal, but definitely not terrible.
Rexbanner won't be too far behind him picking up that edge, though. Going for the Antlion Cave now for picking up that hook. Where Commander Leonhart's going to go next? It could be Ordeals, power up that Teller. Looks like it's going back to Castle Eblin, back and picking that up. I wonder.
To be fair, he did know there was a Murasame waiting for him.
Yeah, that Murasame does make a whole lot of difference, but also can get through this Mad Ogre. Probably would have been better to go Murasame Assassin Dagger at this particular spot, so you could kill off the Mad Ogres a little bit more easily with the swoon status. But I don't think this fight's going to be as difficult as it once was.
Yeah, I think Commander Leonhart will be able to get through this fight this time and finally show us what's in this Mad Ogre box.
linking up Yang. Yang in this stage is a little bit superfluous, but can still do a lot of work. Since you got him early, he's going to get He's going to get the experience. He could stick around until the end and do some big punches in the end game.
Yeah, and I think Rexbanner just found a white spear.
Then his cane's ready as well.
Yeah, no need to buy that Gungnir. The Mad Ogre's just hanging on to another ribbon. Gosh darn it, Mad Ogres.
I'll take it. We still haven't seen in Golbez as having ribbons is always a good thing. It's got good defenses as well anyway, so can't really say no to a good defensive item, especially when you don't get anything to start off with the Sineki flag.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to find. It's just not necessarily what you're looking for out of a trap chest in Eblin Castle.
Rexbanner just saw that Gungnir and went, why would I want to buy that?
Yeah, I can't imagine why I could possibly want to buy a Gungnir spear. I've got a white lance. This is fine.
The Stillmen are hiding away in the infirmary, though.
Oh,
go Grimoire.
Thanks, Grimoire. We appreciate that.
We always appreciate a chocobo coming up onto the screen. Stillmen, though, aren't playing around. They're surprisingly quick for being monsters made of rock, and they punch pretty hard, as well as having that sleep status.
And that Ice 3 was not quite enough.
Commander Leonhart has got through that second fight, which I honestly didn't see what the item was.
It was a glass hat.
More defensive gear.
We need more defense. More defense. The best offense is a good defense, I guess?
In this case, it isn't bad. You've got the Bluster brothers, you could say, coming up here in the black cats. Oh, that was the last one. Never mind.
Nope, this is just had 2 ribbons for the black cats, so not an issue there. We just have Staleman Skull, and we've got Flame now.
Yeah. Of course, that still does leave the Staleman up, but the Staleman isn't quite as dangerous on its own, especially with an edge in the back row, being able to do what he does.
Yep, Commander Leonhart is through that Staleman chest. And oh boy, it's a big swingy.
So, where's Cecil?
I don't know. Not here.
Definitely not here, but
somewhere.
We've still got a lot of places that we haven't been to that he might be. My hope is that we don't need that particular Baron Castle when he's sitting there today. Oh, that's not a bad item, just sitting around in a chocobo forest.
Yeah, those chocobo forests can be really nice.
I always don't mind having an emergency elixir in my backpack, especially when the only source of magic that you've got at the moment is either Teller, who doesn't have a whole lot of MP, or Edge, who also doesn't have a whole lot of MP.
Yeah, Commander Leonhart coming back to this gauntlet now. I think much better setup for this gauntlet. Although it would help if Young had a little bit more HP for these HP-based J items.
Yeah, you don't really need too much though. It does take from the enemies around. For this particular fight, from the pass into Baron Castle. So these have a little bit of HP, but not a whole great deal.
Yeah, Edge's Flame is able to take care of that fight.
Rex did lose the Yang for the edge, though. Not really too much of a surprise. Kane is going to do a little bit better at this stage. Sid, we have I believe a cursed ring was picked up in this area. I'm not entirely certain, or at least a dwarf axe. So has good ways of anchoring with that Sid.
I did see that cursed ring in the inventory for Rexbanner. Rexbanner also coming back to this Staleman chest, and with a Charm Claw, this is fine.
And when the Staleman hits himself to finish the fight, you don't mind.
Yeah, not at all.
And there's Crystal Sword parity.
Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous.
Which means that if Rex goes back and does the fights in the Castle Eblin, which looks like he's just about to do, he's not going to find anything that he doesn't already have.
I mean, maybe he doesn't have a glass hat?
I believe he did the Black Cat at Lamia before. I don't know if he bounced out off of it, but I do know he was in here at that point fighting them.
But yeah, definitely not something that you want to go out of your way to do Eblin Castle for.
Poorly drawn bees, our tracker today said that Rex did wipe to a bad bluster, so yes, has seen it but hasn't got that glass hat.
Commander Leonhart showing us that the Baron Inn is just full of blue robes today, as Water Hag was our second boss.
Definitely taking the Edward now.
And Edward gives us a free Bacchus wine. Thanks, Edward.
We're just about to dismiss this, Edward. So my headcanon here is you've just crashed a massive party, taken down the guests and the host, and stole their wine.
I think that's an accurate assessment of what just happened.
So we are very, very much the bad guys here.
Yeah, of course. Why not? We have to have our morally gray heroes play track. We can't just be doing good all the time.
Well, we do have Kane, we do have Edge. Sid isn't known for being for beating around the bush in too many ways, and Teller literally went up this mountain to get the ultimate power to destroy one person. So yeah.
I mean, Rexbanner also burned down a village earlier. So... And Commander is going to have to burn that village down at some point. I don't think we can say we're the good guys.
Yeah, I think the best on the affinity scale we've got is Yang here, and that's only because he's more neutral than everyone else.
Yeah. My goodness. But as our runners are basically filling in, retreading ground that the other has done, I would like to give a shout out to Harump, our restreamer, for putting on this show. Emily, of course, for doing our tracking. Poorly drawn bees. She's fantastic. And shout outs to my co-commentator Poitrak for joining me here tonight on the commentating this wonderful race.
I'm fine. I'm just here. I'm just here because I'm lazy today. I'm just taking a lazy day. Everyone else is really doing the work. Xenocat here has been stepping up quite marvelously, and I'm just here along for the ride. So, biggest shout outs to them as well.
Yeah, but it does look like Rexbanner is now done with Eblin Castle. Commander Leonhart almost done with Mount Ordeals, so we will be coming up on check parity, although Rexbanner has completed that package. And has to do Baron in, so I guess we still have a while for check parity.
Yeah, but with how long that the All Gauntlet is likely to take here, and Commander Leonhart going to that package, going to do that. There's no doubt about it. They're wanting to check for Cecil at this point because of the Crystal Sword. Going to go through that. Whether he picks up Kane or not is completely up to him. But between what they've got left, they are going to be fairly equal because they've had a lot of full starts. And then it's really down to that hook route because that's all that we've got really left. Oh, they haven't done football, have they? So we might see them both head there afterwards.
Yeah, Fabul is definitely still very much on the table.
I would go and check it, Ed, because we've got the hook. We know we've got a route underground, but I don't really want to leave that one hanging just in case it is a magma key. I don't want to go down the hook route again just to see a gate-in boss at the King Queen Eblin spot, and meaning you have to reset out of it.
Yeah, it's also a decent amount of extra experience, which I think our runners might be eager to get on that, especially that Yang for Commander Leonhart.
If he keeps him, I'm sort of in the the realm of saying they don't really need a lot of experience at this point with what is currently available to them. It's more what do they have to fight and how do they have to get through those fights. And Commander Leonhart is saying, I don't want that Kane. I know he's there now.
We'll have to come back and we'll have to come back and sit through that later, but I think doesn't want to get through that cutscene and then have to go through the boss cutscene to cure the fever with the Sand Ruby.
Yeah, basically what Commander is saying here is that Kane is not going to be a part of my party at all for this entire seed.
I mean, I think that's fair. Yang has 2 cat claws.
Yeah, and there has some options later down the line if you find some elemental claws as well. Edge can be all the damage you need. You don't really need the Kane.
Speaking of elemental claws,
there's a Thunderclaw.
Yep. Commander equips that Thunderclaw, and Odin is not going to have a good day.
Yeah, Yang could have equipped it to Yang with that power punch and done quite well and finished in one fight, but Edge utilizes them just as well.
And there's a Sand Ruby. Oh my goodness.
Hmm. Well,
we are Darkness Crystal for Go mode.
it wasn't in Baron Inn, and
It
so,
wasn't. No.
but we know that the Darkness Crystal has to be on the Earth somewhere in that underground, somewhere accessible to us. So that tower, the Fey Marsh, those open up very, very nicely for our runners.
Yeah, I think there's a very real case to be made here to just go for the Penguinator special once you get underground.
And that wasn't a Rosa.
No, it was not. That was
That's a Palom.
or is it? No, that's a Porum.
No, or it's a Porum. That's a Porum. It's a white mage.
It is a white mage, and Commander Leonhart says, "I've had enough of Sid. Sid can go home."
You really need a white mage at this stage. Doesn't really matter who. We've still got a few fights where Porum can get enough experience to get that that berserk. Teller does have it, so we might see.
Oh, Commander Leonhart has a heroine robe.
We might see a little bit of agility shenanigans to get at Teller first turn to get that berserk off, or if we get enough experience on Porum with the two fights down there to get her to those agility shenanigans, the heroine robe definitely helps.
Yep, but that is Rexbanner also now through Fabul. With that Sanderby, we'll probably be going to cure that fever, as Commander Leonhart is taking care of the Burn Mist objective now. No longer needs access to Kaipo, so figures, you know what, let's just get this objective taken care of while I'm in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but we are going to be heading down to the hook route at fairly the same time here. And Harumph, Purim may be the 17th best white mage, but there is a thing. Number 17, sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Team 17?
Sometimes Porum is all you need.
And yeah, there goes the Sid. So the only real difference is, except for maybe a couple of seconds, and after all the issues they had at the very start, is between Yang and Kane. And Commander Leonhart is saying, okay, I will take this Kane. This surprises me.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think if you faded Kane before, I'm not sure I would be willing to take Kane at this point.
Yeah, that's not a good place to put the
boat.
Do
not park your Enterprise in the one tile gap you need to pilot your hovercraft through.
The one big surprise I see is in the fight that's coming up against either Elements or Rubicante. I really feel that Yang is quite a bit better than Kane in that particular fight, because if you've got some elemental claws, or say an ice claw or fire claw, can do quite a bit more damage than base level Kane can do.
Yeah. Oh, I think decides that Tella is off the team, I guess. Commander Leonhart is saying, I don't need an anchor. I'm just going to use all the characters. I guess Kane can anchor for now.
Let's have a flame spear. That's not too bad, but doesn't really do too much against Rubicante. But there are still still a bit of utility for it. Rex has found our Mad Ogres, though. This is the point where you want as much experience on that Porum as possible. You want to be life glitching these.
Yeah, we'll see if Commander Leonhart makes the same play when he gets down into this hook route.
Only really punching them with the with that Charm Claw. So no additional experience from the life glitches here, which is a little bit bad for Porum. You don't get enough base here for her to get Berserk.
Yeah, the life glitches would really help out here, but Tella has Berserk. Maybe it'll be fine.
Yeah, 7 levels. Porum gets Berserk at level 18.
Hey, how about a third Crystal Sword? I heard...
At most, you can have 2 Cecils in a seed. Good luck.
But third Crystal Sword.
Money? Just sell them all? You're not going to get Cecil?
I mean, this is very true. I don't think we're going to do another character check. Maybe we do Dwarf Castle. But that's a gamble.
We do have to do at least one more character check. 2 more character checks.
Yes, there is also the Moon and the Giant of Babel, sure.
Yeah, so we can't say that those aren't there.
There's still a chance to get 2 Cecils.
Yeah, at this point, it's 2 checks out of a lot of remaining, and so yeah, we've got. There's a chance. There's not a good chance.
I mean, for all we know, Darkness could be behind a rude chain that includes the Tower of Zot and the Baron Castle. So we could theoretically need all the checks. And oh, hi, Mega Sisters.
This seems surprisingly rude. I feel there's not going to be a whole lot of damage coming out from Mindy with the reflected level 2 spells, but this base is fairly quick, and we don't have too much in the way of mage gear get through, or mage killing gear to get through this fight. So it might be a little bit more dangerous than expected.
Porum's got mute arrows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, heroin robe, that samurai arrows, and the mute arrows that it came along with at the beginning. That does make a big difference.
Yes, that is why I think both runners took Porum, because heroin robe, Sammy Bill, mute arrow, Porum can absolutely destroy mages.
Yeah, forget about Edge. Porum's the person you need for this particular fight.
And that Porum may also come in handy if this is the Elements fight.
We're just about to find out. Is it vanilla? It is some ice cream.
Yay, vanilla!
We do have a Boreas in that particular item group that Rexbanner has picked up, so could be useful there. Glare definitely didn't like Edge today.
Yeah, Rubicant knows, I think, who is the real threat.
She's one space down from the person that it hit.
No, Porum doesn't have any...
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Now Rubicant knows who the real threat is.
This is definitely the harder of the 2 fights. So between Rubicante A Solo and the Elements, you would definitely say this is the harder one, because there's a lot more danger in what is going to be thrown. Element, you're going to be dealing with just punches at the start. The second bit, there's a lot of weaknesses that you can break through. And finally, the last two bits are weak to thunder. Rubicante solo, yes, he's only going to kill one of your party members at a time, but he does have that counter attack. Like if you let it go too long, it's difficult to just keep ahead of.
Yeah, those fire 2 counters can really add up quickly.
Yeah, seen the two Boreas there. Edge's Flood in this spot is actually going to do a fair amount of damage, so Flood is going to be useful. It's really, you just need to keep your characters alive, and your white mage is pretty neutered by a Heron Rogue, doesn't have a whole lot of levels, and you've got a Teller who doesn't really have a lot in their own right.
Yeah, I think at this spot I'd not be worried too much about using cure potions at all. I'd just be using life potions. As long as you're not using the fight command, it doesn't matter.
And there's the danger. Flood.
Oh no! Oh no, Rexbanner! Oh no!
Yeah. So yeah, this fight is really dangerous. You can't take away from this. There's a reason why it was placed here in the vanilla game on its own. The big thing of this bit, Rexbanner went into that fight straight. The didn't save after the Mega Sisters, so has to redo that fight as well.
Oh, that is really rough. Yeah, that's gonna be really rough. The one thing that Commander does have going for him with the Flame Spear Uncane, Ruby, surprise, surprise, doesn't actually absorb fire after he does a cape opening. He just kind of forgets to keep absorbing fire, so... And he does have a counter to fire magic that revives anyone in the party. So Kain essentially has infinite life spells.
That could be useful, especially when the players on the ground start piling up, and Purim missing that life one spell. That Heron Robe is not doing a whole lot of good with that.
Yeah, the Heron Robe is not helping here.
Helps us survive a punch or two, but not at the detriment of being your life caster.
Yep, and Ruby says, Yang, you're gonna take another nap. This fight is just extremely rough for both of our runners.
Yeah, the thing that they I think they need to utilize most here is Edge's Flood. We've got a Murasame that increases your Edge's magic power. Give him that full moon as well, just so it's a pretty neutral. But Flood, when Ruby's cape is open, is going to do around about 4,000 damage. But if 3 to 4,000 damage, I suppose. So that's probably the best way to get through this fight. Just make sure you don't have the Assassin Dagger equipped, because that will not be useful in that particular situation.
Yeah, the combination of, I think, Flood and Power Punching from Yang. Maybe some jumps from Kain. Maybe. Just anything that doesn't trigger that Fire 2 counter. Because even though it's not very strong at this spot, it still eats up a lot of time, and it's AoE damage on your whole party that can be really annoying to heal up.
Yeah, and you don't have anyone that's really that good at healing it. Yeah, Porum doesn't at this stage, can't.
Yeah, Yang doing over 1,000 damage on these power punches too. For Commander Leonhart, I think if he's patient, he can just get through this with that Yang power punching.
Yeah, we have picked up some ethers as well, so the mana pool of edge isn't really too much of a concern here. It's really just making sure you don't initiate the counters.
Yep, and Commander Leonhart is feeding edge and ether.
Yeah, double cat claw on Yang is with some additional power boosts. Even at this stage, doing over 1,000 with the power punch is nice, and Rubicante is down on Commander Leonhart's side. It's been a tough opening, but he is through to the second part.
Yeah, now Commander Leonhart just has to find the Darkness Crystal.
Which could be as easy as Feymarsh. It could be as hard as Sheila 2 after a bit of a chain to find the pan.
Yeah, it could be Sheila 1 into, say, a Twin Harp, into a Baron Key, into a Luca Key, into an Earth Crystal, into a Rat Tail, into a Pan. There are so many key items that we could chain through.
Again, you've been pretty much a prophet so far, so if it is that...
I'm going to be so shocked if that's the chain that leads us to our Darkness Crystal. I was just naming a bunch of key items that we haven't seen.
I did miss the enemy on the top of the tower, so oops. And Commander Leonhart, you don't have the key.
No, I don't think that's where he meant to stop. I think he... Yep, that's more like it. Go to Tomra.
Yeah.
Go tell us what Job Dwarf is. Because, as we all know, the seed's invalid unless you check your Job Dwarf.
I don't have a valid seed this entire tournament at the moment. That might be why I've lost a couple of times.
Job Dwarf is an athletic trainer today. And oh hey look, they're selling more heroine robes in Tomra if we need more heroine robes.
Have a couple of lit arrows. I don't think we really need those. We've already faced Kunyatso and Odin. Those coffins, on the other hand, yeah, you'll take those.
Yeah, the lit arrows could be nice for something like a Leviathan or a Dr. Lugay.
We have not found Simons just yet. The items in the Evelyn shop were just a Leviathan and I think elixirs.
Yep. And now we found coffins and Bacchus.
Yeah. So we've got two other tier 5 items available in the Feymarsh shop and the Moon shop. So Sirens could be in neither of those, but they're not guaranteed.
Yeah, it looks like Commander Leonhart is just trying to get shopping done right now. Just trying to make sure that he knows all of the things that are available. That forum doesn't have any MP. So it's time for a trip to everyone's favorite pot of healing, the Dwarven Pot.
Or Bacchus wine.
Yep. We always see
It's-
this one get used in races, but never the pod in the top of Damsian get used in races.
There's a couple of good reasons for that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you do have to go through like 4 screens to get to the pod at Damsian.
There's also the fact that there's actually 2 pots in Damsian. The one on the left heals your hit points, the one on the right heals your mana.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, it's very out of the way for a full heal.
And I don't believe you can exit out of it either, so...
No. So, yeah, seems like a very bad play when you're going for speed. But there are pots in Damsian that will heal you. But you cannot access them on the trip that you make up there to raise the hovercraft, so...
There's also the fact that you can and heal that there when you're on the overworld, or you could go to, say, Baron and Inn and sleep there for 50 gold.
Yeah. Looks like it was...
Calbrina.
Yeah, just some dolls at the top of the tower.
No great way to clear them out fully. No, but not too hard of a fight. And even the big doll in this spot isn't too bad after you get through Charm.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to try to take out the dolls somewhat evenly. Wear them down to one of each. Although Porum is going to just go berserk.
As she should. She just had that Bacchus wine from the pot. Now's a great time to use just let it all out.
Yeah, and Rexbanner looks like is healing up and is getting ready to head into this tower right after Commander Leonhart, without doing any of the shopping that Commander did.
Has a couple of additional options. The Teller can cast Toad to get through the back dolls a little bit easier. But instead, opening the shop, opening a chest. It's only one, not stealing any sirens, but if they pick up a crystal shield, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a little bit more money for the party, I guess. There could have been other things in that chest, but crystal shield doesn't matter.
It's not really one of the high-end chests for picking up the adamant armors or any other really nice items, but you could find something. There is the chance.
Yeah, it's not amazing, but there's a chance. It's not a terrible play, especially since that trap chest goes down so quickly. Commander Leonhart is down to just one doll.
Yeah, and that doll is down, so yep, just a little bit of experience here. The split experience stage doesn't really help for that. And Bahamut.
Wow, that's so nice. Thanks, Top of Tower.
We've found some really powerful things for characters who aren't appearing in this seed so far.
Yeah, that I don't blame Commander for resetting out of that Bahamut summon because I don't think he plans on taking Rydia along.
Yeah. What is it? The best things we've found and for the actual characters we've got at the moment are a Murasame and a White Spear.
Yep. And Cat Claws for Young, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's earth-shattering. And 3 Dark Imps in a tower room. In a super cannon room.
This
Where
seems
have
a
I
little
seen
familiar.
this before?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we definitely don't know. We definitely don't know what this is.
But that will complete another objective for Commander Leonhart.
Objective number 7. We are still just waiting on a darkness crystal to have go mode. And Rexbanner is currently likely staring down a big doll in a moment.
Yeah, leaving those back 3 dolls all up is a little bit dangerous.
And there it is.
That toad comes out just a little bit too late, unfortunately for Rexbanner.
On a good side, though, he is fairly angry at this moment in time, so this shouldn't be too bad. Should get through this fight fairly easily.
Yeah, hopefully all our party members are doing enough damage that we don't get the dreaded ran out of power, but I think these hits are all... Oh, no! Oh no!
We hit that small threshold. I think it's 5% of HP.
It is not a very high threshold.
And,
And,
we won't be hitting that again. Toad has come out. On a good note, it does give you extra experience.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Commander Leonhart not getting punished for missing that white spear because the super cannon reward was a defense sword.
You take that. Didn't have that white spear. Didn't pick up the Gungnir. Any extra damage for Kane at this point is all welcome.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's definitely an improvement over a flame spear.
And do we have the darkness crystal in this spot?
No, it's a Luca key.
Well,
but that is another place
is that
to
chain
go looking.
starting?
Oh, please. I didn't start it with the Luca key, okay? I started it with the Twin Harp.
Well, you actually started it with Sheila 1, but never mind.
Yes.
Welcome, Free Enterprise viewers, to, Free Enterprise 2. You just turned your viewpoint somewhat to the left. We're in the middle of Rexbanner versus Leonhart, Commander Leonhart. We are now 5 minutes in. We have pretty much all of the major required key items for objectives found in the overworld. The only thing we are missing at this point is a darkness crystal for go mode. We have 3 crystal swords found, a Bahamut found, and Cecil and Riddy are nowhere in the seed so far. We have very little actual power, but they're working on it.
I mean, hey, we just found the elements in the Fey March, so that's something. May as well go beat up our required objective here.
Elements in this spot isn't too bad. Yang, I think, is really the powerhouse of this particular team at the moment for Commander Leonhart, as much as no one wants to admit it. Those power punches are doing quite a lot of work, and Edge really isn't, and neither is Kane, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the elements unfortunately resist the air element, at least in their Mylon and Ruby phases. So the fact that Edge is attacking with that element is not helping.
Yeah. This element, this Rubicante phase is weak to Mage, so Purim could be doing a little bit of work here. But not that much, and we're going to see Fire 3 in just a moment. And this is going to hurt.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Oh god. No.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, the Asura spot is a lot stronger than many in Magic and than many people give it credit for. And the Rubicante it's a fairly fast spot as well, so the Fire 2, Fire 3 glare combo come out quite quick. And glare. No, 5-3 and glare just eat through your hit points fairly easily.
Yeah, and it looks like Commander Leonhart has decided, you know what, I'm good. I'm not gonna deal with that elements fight for now. I'll come back later. I know it's an objective, but we'll do something else and go to Dwarf Castle and see if Cecil is here.
You definitely can't say no to a Cecil, especially when you've got a crystal sword. I wouldn't be surprised if Kane's the one that's dropped for this, seeing as Yang's done a lot more work than anyone else. On Rexbanner's side, it's a little bit more clear cut that it's going to be Kane. I feel you're wanting to keep the pool room, you're likely wanting to keep the teller.
Yeah, now both runners heading into Dwarf Castle. Rexbanner has still not gone down to the Feymarch to see that Luca key and who the bosses are down there, but they're both kind of rude, so not going to be a huge loss for him.
This is all on a contingent that it is Cecil that's going to appear through those doors behind them. So we'll see. It might end up being a foo, in which case Pauline says goodbye. Oh,
Hi. That looks familiar. It's a second Kane.
No. On a good note, they have found a couple of ribbons, so this fight is going to get won fairly easily.
Yeah, Commander Leonhart has 2 ribbons on that. Porum is not going to be held by the hold gas because she's wearing a heroine robe.
Yeah, we have definitely ordered in the ice cream today, though, haven't we?
Yeah, there's been a lot of vanilla this seed. We had Vanilla Edge, Vanilla Rubicon, Vanilla Golbez now.
A few dark imps in a tower room.
Yeah.
So that means we're getting Vanilla Cecil, isn't it?
No, we've missed Vanilla Cecil.
Oh, okay.
Vanilla Cecil isn't allowed on this flag set.
Very true. Oh, I'm saying I don't need any help. Sit back, Edge. Sit back, Kane, and give me my bow and arrow, and I will win this fight for you. Of course, Edge and Kane said no, we're getting involved. But yeah, that's the dwarf castle down. One more chance for this darkness crystal. We know it's somewhere down here, or somewhere down here leading to it.
Yes, there's only so many places for the Darkness Crystal to be hiding, and the Darkness Crystal is allowed to gate a whole bunch of key items, so... There is...
And they're not key items we're going to need today.
Yeah, no, none of them are going to be necessary, so it's just, when does this Darkness Crystal show up?
Not there.
Nope, there's a Baron key, so we have another thing to chase.
You know what's playing, I feel is playing on their minds more than anything? They know they're one key item from go mode. They know it. They've got it in. They've got their own tracking sheets. Every key item that they find from this point is probably in their mind the wrong way.
Yeah, they know there's only... They want to go for the fastest, quickest checks that they can get to find out what the item is, so they know if they have a Darkness Crystal or not. So for Rexbanner at this point, that's down to the Feymarch to do that, maybe do that Elements objective and get that Feymarch freebie. For Commander, that's diving the Sealed Cave to peek the item down here to see if this is the Darkness Crystal. And we have another taste of vanilla.
Yeah. So they don't like seeing other key items. They want to see that Darkness Crystal. If Commander coming down here wants to see it in this first check, they're not going to feel comfortable the longer this goes. Same with Rexbanner. They're going to see that Luca key and go, great, that could be another dead end that I don't want.
Yeah, every key item that they find that's not the Darkness Crystal that leads to other things like that Baron Key, the Luca Key, the Earth Crystal, the Twin Harp, even the Rat Tail and the Pan to some extent. It's just great. This is another errand that I have to go and run to make sure that to really exhaust all of my checks and find the Darkness Crystal. And Commander Leonhart getting a little lucky here, and that's just a Magma Key in the Sealed Cave, so we don't have to walk that out.
Yeah, but that's the fear. Yeah, that's a key item that they've picked up, that they've spent time on, that isn't leading to the Darkness Crystal. That's time lost.
Yeah, fortunately, it's not as much time lost as it could have been if that had been, say, an Earth Crystal or a Twin Harp or a Pan that ended up leading to nothing. Because that would mean needing to both fight that boss down in the Sealed Cave and then walk all the way back out.
Yeah. The next choice, though, Sheila 1, freebie. They just see Yang, go see Sheila, say Yang is currently in bed. Sheila will look at Yang's bed and say, what are you talking about? And then give you some sort of item instead.
Yep, she will look at the Yang that is in Commander Leonhardt's party and say, I see no problems with this story that you're telling me that Yang is underground and definitely not in this room with me. Here you go.
And was also in Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, no, it's... Well, Dwarf Castle is underground.
True enough.
We didn't tell her where he was underground. We just said, oh, he's underground. And she's like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, plus Sheila knows that Sid's cloning factory is fully in gear at the moment.
Rexbanner now taking on this Elements fight. Does get the tip into the Keinazo phase, so this should be pretty safe at this point.
Yeah, has a much better geared Edge, who is doing 1,500 to 2,000 damage, eating through the hit points here. Meanwhile, Commander Leonhart finds a pan from Sheila 1.
That seems awfully familiar.
Yeah, never seen that before though.
Never. And it turns out doing your objectives was the correct way to go all along, because that's the Darkness Crystal at the Asura spot. Rexbanner's in go mode.
Rexbanner is in go mode, yeah. And Commander Leonhart is, although I got through the underground, through the hook route a little bit quicker, the leaders changed back and forth a few times in the early game. Rex is definitely in charge at this point, because honestly, Commander Leonhart has already bounced off of that Asura spot once. We might see him go for that Baron Key before heading back.
Yeah, Commander Leonhart could easily fall down a lot of the other rabbit holes that are available.
Yeah, and there's a trip here back to Sheila for the second item, and that sort of leads more inclined to go into the Baron for that Baron Key.
Yeah, it makes sense. The Baron Key's right there. It's 2 checks. It's Just it also has a character, so it could help with that Cecil hunt.
So Rex is heading up, getting the whale up, and then heading likely to the moon, and probably checking for sirens, I would say, as a first thing. Then seeing what they have to do to get through that Mazamune, and really that Sheila chain.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. Sheila just didn't feel like giving up her pan or her spoon today.
Nah, she said, they're mine. I'm keeping them only to, and giving them to only those I deem worthy. Or can tell me where my husband is.
Yep.
And yeah, here comes the Baron check by Commander Leonhart. Rexbanner, though, I have no idea. I think we're going to be seeing a certain thing that some people don't normally see. That ether potion and purchase says that Rex is going to the giant in a moment.
Yeah, I think it's time for a grind that we haven't seen a lot of in this tournament. But is
there's a count outside of Troya?
You can do this manip anywhere.
Oh, right.
At least anywhere on the overworld. So yeah, Rexbanner I think right now is setting up a manipulation for a D machine grind.
There's number 3. And there's the encounter's off. So they have found their step chart. They're going up to the giant. The machines are coming. So Commander Leonhart, you've got a little bit of a reprieve here. If get through this and get some experience, and maybe find a Cecil.
Yeah, but it's the timer is definitely the clock's definitely ticking for Commander Leonhart.
Yeah, definitely ticking, but it's a reprieve that may help in the end.
Yeah, gotta get through this Baron Castle check. Gotta get back to that Fey March to clear that or a spot.
The biggest hope here, if for us as watching this to hope for a close race, I feel, is for this to be nothing.
Yeah, Commander really needs there to be nothing behind this Baron Castle.
If we get Earth Crystal, Twin Harp, Rat Tail...
a pink tail would be nice, I guess. That would be a good thing to see.
Yeah, and is still technically a nothing item in terms of key item rewards.
Yeah, we can take a pink tail. A pink tail's okay. Anything else? Maybe a rat tail is fine. I wouldn't hate a rat tail. But a twin harp or an earth crystal would be awful for Commander Leonhart.
And there is Searcher and 2 beamers. So unless this step chart was completely wrong, this is the D machine fight.
Yep, we are gearing up to see Rexbanner kill off these 2 beamers, and then summon several D machines, and then defeat them for a boatload of experience.
Yeah. It is brought up that it's going to be a little bit awkward because Teller is going to be slow, but it's not that bad. You can just wait a little bit of time after the weeks and the killing has happened, and then just continue it on. But yeah, it is a little bit awkward, but not that bad.
Oh, hey, look, it's Cecil.
That's good on Commander Leonhart's side. This could be the small way back into this, as long as that crystal sword goes quite quickly.
Yeah, Commander Leonhart does need to not chase anything that comes out of Baron Castle, if anything does come out of Baron Castle, but that Cecil is very nice.
And Sheila said that Yarn can be everywhere he wants. I'm going to be as well. I'm going to be a statue in Baron Castle.
Yeah, why not? Okay, that's good. That's a legend sword, so that's no progression from the main Baron check.
This is good on Commander Leonhardt's side. We've got to see where he goes next, but it's a good start.
Yeah, I think a Baron basement check is likely just because already here.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sort of hoping it's going to be Wyvern down there, just so you can bounce off quick.
Bringing up a good point, Commander Leonhart will have 10 key items as well, in addition to having this Crystal Sword Cecil, once he gets the Darkness Crystal.
That is good as well.
Yeah, I think Commander Leonhart will be able to skip this entire D-Machine grind and just do the Giant of Babel for a grind.
Yeah, and Crystal Sword Cecil, you don't need a whole lot anyway.
Yeah, 500,000 experience from the Giant is plenty. Leviathan at Baron Basement's not the worst. But maybe not ideal with a fast anchor.
Yeah, I don't think this is... you could get through this, but I don't think it's going to be that kind.
Yeah, those ice shoes.
Yeah, they're coming out very fast and doing a lot of damage, and there's no elemental defense happening here.
Yeah, Edge is only doing a couple thousand damage around. This I don't think is going to happen for Commander.
Yeah, and Cecil went... yes, it's a base Crystal Sword Cecil, but he can't stand up to these Ice 2s either.
And there's the reset. But Rexbanner is done with the grind.
Not going fully all the way there, because we still do have to get through these two particular fights, which are going to give a lot of experience. So, yeah, and considering what this fight is, this is free.
Oh my goodness. Speak of the one free fight that's left in the seed, and there it is, right here. We could have done a grind on this fight.
Yeah, this is, and we've got our hourglasses, we've got coffins, and we've got life potions. Yeah, this is an easy 300,000 experience for Commander Leonhart when he gets to this fight. It's going to be a little bit less for Rexbanner because not 10 key items. 150,000 though is nothing to be shy about.
Yeah, that's a very solid experience haul for Rexbanner. Meanwhile, Commander is headed back to the Fey March. Hopefully does the Asura spot first.
CPU spot today is semi-horrible.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Mombum has decided that Porum shall take a nap.
Yes, something like 35,000 in this particular spot. Reduced a little bit because of the extra.
I think it's 24,000 base, so
Yeah, so it's reduced a little bit because of the other bombs, but then you've got to add the extra 9,000. So yeah, we're looking at around about 30,000 hit points then. Might see the explosion, may not. Well, there is a lot of damage coming out fairly quickly.
Yeah, that edge is doing decent work. And yeah, no explode.
Is a split spot though, so you're not going to see the full 150/300,000 experience here, but it's not too bad. You can get through it. You still got the Masamune spot, which is going to give you quite a bit of experience as well. Alum at the top of the tower.
No, thank you.
Commander Leonhart is having a very tough time of this element fight. Nothing really going their way at the moment.
Yeah, that edge anchor is not doing him any favors.
Might be a good point to put Cecil in the middle, give him that a dwarf axe. He's still only base level, so it'll be down to 8, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, 8 agility is perfectly fine as an anchor. But Commander now going in for the Octomam fight, also not a great fight for a fast anchor. These Feymarch spots are just a little too fast.
We might see Commander Leonhart go back to Tower of Wishes and change up their team. Pick up another person to be that anchor. Might see someone like that Teller come back, or possibly the Cid.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite necessary. I think you could even just do this by just putting, say, Porum in the middle without that Heroine robe equipped.
That could work as well.
I think you don't even need a super slow anchor. You just need a kind of slow anchor for these spots.
Yeah, Edge is going to be all the speed you really need. So yeah, that would be ideal. But you're really just wanting to get through these, and it's difficult really to just say, let's take a step back and do something else quickly.
Yeah, it's very hard sometimes to be like, okay, I need to do something else to make this easier because what I'm doing right now isn't necessarily working.
Yeah. What's the saying? Haste, not speed. And Octomam's definitely got the edge on speed.
Yeah, the Leviathan spot is not quite as fast as the Asura spot, but still quite fast and very punchy.
Rex, though, going down the lunar subterranean. We haven't seen the pass here, but the only objective left is the Masamune altar, and that's on the route anyway. So you do that and go.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Rex is very well set up to just take on this Masamune altar and then swag walk all the way down to Zeromus.
It is Porum as your mage, though. I'm not convinced that you'd want to do that. I think you would definitely want to go back and save.
Yeah, Porum with 1400 hit points is not the safest, especially when you have to take on an evil wall.
Yeah, so I don't think this going back and doing the swag walk is the best idea in this particular spot. But that's Rex's choice. We can't really say what he's going to do until he makes it.
Yeah, we'll see what he ends up deciding to do.
I think the big problem with Commander Leonhart at this moment in time is he sort of painted himself into a corner with his own character choices here.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's ways to make this party work, but Edge in the middle is not how you make this party work.
Yeah, it's a great team setup. It's got a lot of the things that you need. It's just at this particular stage with these particular levels and against this particular boss, well, you actually get to see it this time. There goes elements though. That spoon being the ice cream scoop that we needed, and Commander Leonhart is going to look at this darkness crystal and say, thank heck.
Yeah, that is Commander Leonhart into go mode now. And Rexbanner is just flag walking.
All power to him. I certainly wouldn't be doing this.
Might feel behind because of the slow hook route. That would be my guess.
Yeah. Maybe in the actual race, if my adrenaline was going, and maybe I would. Maybe that's the reason for this. But just looking on the outside, this, with Porum how she is, feels risky.
Yeah, Porum is still very squishy for this Z fight. And Kane and Edge are great, but they're not going to be putting out all the damage that a Crystal Sword Cecil would put out.
This is suddenly upon us. Z stuff, things, question, go ahead.
Whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Yeah, that suddenly appeared on us, didn't it? we keep forgetting that swag walking is actually fairly quick.
Yeah, swag walking doesn't take that much time, and oh my goodness, the butt is about to appear.
And that is Thunderbird?
Yep, that's Thunderbird from Zelda 2.
Ah. Here comes the silk web, here comes the cure from the reflected nuke.
Oh no.
Yeah, Porum is definitely not the one you want that on, but does have a bit of time. Teller may survive this Big Bang. It's questionable. But if Teller does go down, this is a reset. No, Teller does survive. That is lucky.
Yeah, Tawa surviving there is very good for Rexbanner. He now has time to get Porum back up and throw out a Cure 4.
Yeah. Teller going down there would have meant you only had the 2 Berserkers, and 2 Big Bangs would have been enough to finish this party off. And unfortunately, Kane and Edge, for all their damage, don't really have enough to avoid 2 Big Bangs.
No. No, definitely not.
strange thing about that, Angie Dave saying Kelly got a dodge roll. He actually got 2 dodge rolls there, because he only got hit for 700. So, and that would be a 2 amounts of the damage. So of the possible 4.
That should be 3 rolls at least, because Big Bang only rolls 200 to 300 per roll. So it can't roll above 600 unless it hits 3 times. And there's only 4 rolls on a nerfed Big Bang.
Yeah, so it's either 2 or 1 or 2 dodges. So I'm just going to give it 2 and let Teller say and give Teller the credit. He doesn't get it usually, so.
This is true. Tella rarely gets credit for anything.
Commander Leonhart, though, is taking the back route, you could say. Going to go and check this this evil wall, and is going to be very, very much horrified at it. Especially since they haven't really gained too much, but do have sirens.
Yeah, I think it's time. Commander Reinhardt is doing a little bit of a grind here on the moon. I'm not sure this is necessary with the giant objective, but...
I feel it isn't, but Commander has bounced off enough fights so far to his own detriment that he may just feel obliged to do this because he feels he needs to.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Rexbanner has faced his second Big Bang, and Edge didn't really survive it, so... But luckily, Purim and Kane were up at the end of this, so out come the Berserks again, hopefully going to finish this up. I don't think we're too far into Phase 2, though, so or away from finishing Phase 2, so we might see a Meteo sooner rather than later.
Yep, there's rocks.
There is a 4 Rage coming out from Purim here, which is going to initiate a counter nuke, though, so...
We didn't need Edge anyway.
All down to Kane now. Should be enough. Meteors don't come out that fast.
Yeah,
and there you go.
That is it. The Thunderbird has been defeated.
And Rexbanner does move to 3-1 with an official time today of 1 hour, 40 minutes and 49 seconds.
Yeah, GG's to Rexbanner, and we'll see about getting him in here for an interview. And as I say that, we are joined now by Rexbanner. GG's.
Thank you, folks. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm just chilling.
A little bit better now, a little happier. I was a little stressed there that I was behind majority of that race with those wipes.
Yeah, that early game wasn't exactly nice, but luckily for you, it wasn't exactly nice on Commander Leonhart's side either. For every fight that you bounced off of, he did the same.
Oh, that makes me feel a little better. Like I said, I was rather scared throughout the majority of that race because of those wipes that I was playing catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it was fairly even, honestly, throughout the overworld. You did fall a little bit behind with the wipe to Ruby in the hook route, but Commander Leonhart had a very rough time with the Elements fight, which you got through much faster, and that really ended up deciding the race.
You were back and forth in the early game. What did you feel about the early game? What were your main thoughts seeing it as it played out? What was your mindset at that?
There really wasn't. It wasn't a very great starting character-wise. Like, Kane was my MVP. I felt sort of bad sitting through a package fight for him, but at the same time, Yang is just so subpar without levels. Sid is okay-ish, but doesn't really advance much. Tella, great anchor, does have some uses, but I was really just not liking my party for the most part.
Yeah, see, I'm not too sure if you saw that Edward in the Baron Inn beforehand, so that wasn't really too much. Seeing the Edge sort of opened it up for you, didn't it?
Yeah, once I seen the Edge, and yeah, I did see the Edward at the inn, sitting through a alt gauntlet for Edward, and I think another dud item. Yeah, just the Edge was like, finally, I'm like, okay, I got someone to carry this team on their shoulders. Had the Mura same, the Charm Claw, I actually had a use for it. He came with it, and for one, it wasn't useless. It works great to get you through those ogre chests.
Yeah. Yep. How did you feel about the? Well, let's not beat around the bush. You had everything you needed in the overworld to complete this seed, except the darkness crystal. That must have been a wake-up call as well.
It was. That early darkness crystal, still not at 10 key items. Didn't really notice any sirens, no pass, so I'm like, okay. Well, everything was really given to us this seed well, so... Alright, well, I guess we'll have to do a quick D-machine. And do Giant, and then Murasama, or Masamune, I mean, the Ogo spot, and go to Z that way.
Yeah, the seed was very it was very giving with everything that you needed, which meant that you didn't really explore a whole lot of it to get a whole lot of key items.
Yeah, it was very cheap with the key items. It didn't want to really give anything away, which luckily the ones it did give me were the required ones, so that was nice.
Yeah, it really didn't want you to waste any time.
No, I was wondering if Harump had plans this evening.
Perhaps.
He does, but he hasn't made them privy to us, so...
Yeah.
So, now 3 and 1. So, you're in the sort of outlook for that playoff, and possibly in the contention for the tiebreak for the first now.
Yeah.
How is that feeling for you?
Not sitting the greatest right now, because I got Dusty Griff tomorrow, and then depending on how that goes, it's either I face Microkorgs or I face Dusty Griff again. If I pull off some weird upset and beat Dusty Griff tomorrow, that I would love it, don't get me wrong, but he is very good at the game. I'm not expecting to win. It means I have to go back up against Korgs, and if I lose to Korgs, then I gotta go back up against Dusty. It's a terrifying top 3 spot right now.
What you're saying is, no matter what, you've unless you win tomorrow and win the tiebreaker, you've got to fight Dusty Griff twice.
Yeah. I am... Yeah. It'd be fun, don't get me wrong. I look forward to the races against him, but I know his skill level as well.
Yeah. But he is not unbeatable. Oh, your opponent today has beaten him. That must be a little bit heartening and give you a little bit of hope.
It does. Like, I always stand by everyone is beatable on this, so it gives me a little bit of hope, but I just gotta keep my game together and play very smart. Not take a lot of chances and just play my game. Maybe dive the moon early and hope for the best.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Zeneca, anything further for you?
Nothing in particular. I guess any final thoughts on the seed from you, Rexbanner, before we let you go?
As much of the pain it is, this is my kind of seed. I enjoy more of the trash fires. I think they're usually where, if I stand a chance of pulling ahead, it's these styles, so that makes me happy. And I just want to say thank you, folks, for doing all this. Poidrax, Xenocat for the comms, Harumph for the restream, Emily for doing the pushing buttons and keeping Possum away. I appreciate what you guys all do so we can have this wonderful event.
Nothing keeps Possum away. He's been in the chat pouring at those buttons.
She's done a good job then.
So yeah, good luck for tomorrow. We'll be seeing you further down the line. And great run of your great run up. Good to see you here. Good luck.
Well, thank you, folks. GG's to my opponent, and yeah, you guys have yourselves a good evening. Thanks again.
Yep, GG's once again. Thank you for running a race for us. Commander Leonhart, meanwhile, has cleared the Masa altar, has made it through the first fight in the Giant of Babel, and just needs to beat this Mom Bomb and then get down to Zeromus.
Yeah, that Baron Guard's fight isn't particularly too threatening, and this one is a lot more. But you've got Crystal Sword Cecil. He does things, and even Edge at this stage got plenty of levels on it. Yeah, this is fine. Surprisingly keeping not really defending Porum too much. One punch from that Mum Bomb on her will be enough, but then again, you're not going to see another punch at this point.
Yeah, Porum's got like 1700 hit points. She's fine. And now she's even more fine because she just got like 2 more levels.
Going to be heading into Zeromus fight around about level 52, which is definitely perfectly acceptable.
Yep, just learned the Holy Spell. We find Palom here. I don't think Commander Leonhart takes Palom at this point.
The only reason you would take Palom at this point is if you're willing to take an anchor, which honestly probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Just have Edge and Cecil be your hitters in the Zeromus fight. You don't really need that Kane.
Yeah, and Commander Leonhart now getting his crystal will be off to go fight Zeromus and says, nope, Palom not joining the party. Who needs anchoring?
To answer Night O's question in the chat, the main items for the objectives today, the hook, it was a required hook route to get underground. The package, the Sand Ruby, and the Tower Key were all found in overworld checks. So we had everything we needed before getting underground. It was just a major search for the Darkness Crystal, and the Darkness Crystal happened to be behind the required Queen spot in the Town of Monsters. Commander Leonhart tried a couple of times and bounced off of that and didn't get through it, so went elsewhere, did a few other checks, while Rexbanner got through that fight on the first attempt, and that was the main disparity between the two runners today.
Yep. Fast anchoring at the Asura spot is a bit of a challenging proposition. It is quite hard to get that Asura spot down to a slow enough relative agility.
Yeah, and elements can be dangerous when the situation arises, and it was mostly that Rubicante phase that was the danger for Commander Leonhart, because it was running so fast. Whilst the Fire 3 and the Glare came out quite quickly, and that was really the main damage that was wiping Commander Leonhart. Rexbanner got through that phase pretty quickly. And to be honest, even the last time that Commander Leonhart got through that, it was sort of due to a bit of luck on who got hit and a spoon throw at the end.
But Commander Leonhart now at the bottom of the lunar subterrane with the crystal in hand, going to be making this final walk down to the Zeromus fight, and then hopefully getting through the Zeromus fight quickly. With Crystal Sword Cecil in the party, I think it's going to be a pretty easy fight. But that 38 agility edge, yeah, let's get 38 agility edge out of the middle slot.
Yeah, it's not so bad because Cecil is 31 and Edge is 35. They're not too far out of the range of that 38 on the Edge, but they still will be going slower, and it's not a meaningful breakpoint for Zeromus that it's going to help. So 31 Silkweb coming out should be just fine to get everyone up to speed. And speeding up that Porum a little bit as well down the line is good. And yes, Cecil was in Baron today, because why not? He had to be somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he could have been in the Tower of Zot. That would have been funny. But no, just Fu and Rydia? No, Rydia was on the moon. Someone else.
Rosa.
Ah, yes, Rosa. We never saw Rosa.
Yep. After the full start of mistaking her for Porum, it's a white mage, and Porum has just done her job fantastically today. Rosa and so somewhere just chilling out. Casting slow with Porum. I think Commander Leonhart doesn't have a Silk Web.
He had a Silk Web, but used it too early.
Ah.
It whiffed.
That happens. Especially when you reduce the barrel speed, it does. You have to wait for a little bit of time.
Zeromus can't just be hit right away. You have to wait for Zeromus to actually take a turn to say, okay, now you can hit me.
Yeah, it's a little bit finicky, but you can still do it. And slow, yeah, you need 2 applications of the slow spell, but it's still worth it. And well, you've got Crystal Sword Cecil happening, you've got Edge hitting for 3,000, you've got Kane hitting for just over 2,000. I think you're good here, even with just the slow application here on it.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage coming out very quickly.
Yeah. Zeromus's two phases only have 45,000 hit points between them, with the final phase having 12,000. So yeah, you're going to get through this fight pretty quickly.
Yeah, not a ton of hit points. Not too many hit points here, although there is another big bang. Hopefully that Porum is fine. She's fine.
Is fine. She doesn't have that heroin robe on anymore, I don't believe, but that only ups her magical evade, and really, that's what she needs against Zeromus.
Yeah, I think she has a white shirt on now.
Yeah, and I believe a silent staff, so that's a lot of will.
She's a very strong-willed character, I suppose.
Well, she has to be with Palom as a...
Yeah.
How Palom is said to have a lot of wisdom, I don't know, but we don't mind.
Yeah, I don't... That's a mystery to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty... But then again, they do mix up Palom and Porum, so it might have been that Porum was the one to have the wisdom, while Palom was supposed to be the one that has the will.
I think that would make sense. Anyway, we have some rocks falling on Commander Leonhart's side.
Yeah, fairly academic berserker at fight here. Thunderbird really didn't stand too much of a chance. We were just waiting for the flash, the crack, the boom, and Commander Leonhart has got a sub 2 hour mark with 1 hour 59 minutes and 34 seconds. And Commander Leonhart has joined us to say, what the heck was that at early game? Of course, he's muted right now, so we can't actually hear him.
Well, we will see about.
All I can think of is he's given us a really in-depth exasperation about what the heck happened, because he doesn't know either.
Yeah, I mean that's a legitimate reaction. I think. I think the seed has rendered Commander Leonhart speechless.
Or broken.
That too.
It was definitely it was definitely a fun one to watch. While we are waiting for Commander Leonhart to join us fully, it was a really back and forth race, so definitely one to enjoy watching. Commander Leonhart, hey. we are getting you. So hopefully you've got rid of your swearing sort of things during your muted period there, so we can have a nice conversation. So how was that early game?
Ugly. Nothing like beating your head against Evelyn Castle and then going to do Ant Lion and going, oh, now I have a ninja.
Yeah. On the good side, though, for every bounce off of an enemy and a fight that you had, Rex did do the same, and you did get into the underground first.
Wow.
So yeah, it was tough on both of you. But then you sort of got into another wall being element that the Queen put.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty. Not a good plan for reverse agility, but is what it is. I'm curious, did Rex hang on to Tella?
Yes.
And did he bounce fire 3s to get past elements, or did he just manage it by being properly anchored?
Properly, it was mostly due to anchoring and to having an edge that was doing a little bit more work than your one was.
Yep. Rexbanner found a ninja sword in one of the pots in that little safe hut in the Paymorch.
Rude.
Just hanging out there.
Just chilling out there, like
Free ninja
right
sword.
Here. You've come in this room like 4 times.
Yeah, just open the boxes.
No, not gonna pick me up.
Just they're right there.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
you did get your... technically as good as a ninja, even if it is so much slower.
It's as good as a long.
Oh, fair, right? It's as good as a long. It's no ninja.
Yeah, and it's long range, but slightly less accurate than a long, but it's still the same power. So yeah, there's the major differences. The other thing is you did get your Cecil in the end, so you did get your big crystal sword damage a little bit late. And so that did get you through, but still, without too many levels, it was a lucky spoon throw that got you through.
Yeah. The whole time I'm fighting Octomom, I'm like, this isn't pretty earlier, but I just need a little bit of time to think. And I'm sitting here kind of going through the motions, because by now, even at a spot like Leviathan, Octomom's kind of automatic. Swing, revive, get blinks in if you can. As I'm doing that, my mind's running through that elements fight, and I'm like, a spoon had been a little later. Maybe I just get the straight kill and I don't see the turtle. Maybe that's what'll work.
Yeah. Well, it did that time. What was it? Was there any thoughts to going to the Tower of Wishes and picking up a slower character to anchor off of?
No, but I should have. I was commenting in an earlier channel that someday there's going to be. Earlier today, I was commenting on a different channel in the Discord. Someday there's going to be a wyvern waiting for me at Leviathan, and when that happens, I'm going to the Tower of Wishes. And that should have occurred to me. Would have been a good thought.
I don't. In all fairness, you technically could have just thrown the dwarf axe on Cecil.
I've anchored with him. Base level Cecil still had the dwarf axe. He could have gotten me my perfect agility.
Would have saved a trip at least.
Yeah. And that did not occur to me either. Something else to keep in mind. There's a lot to keep in mind in this game.
There is so much to keep in mind in this game. There are so many things.
Oh my goodness.
So let's get to the crunch though. You are now 2-2.
Yep.
So you really are hoping for Rexbanner to take a loss tomorrow against Dusty Griff.
Oh no.
And win your final game.
Well, I mean, Rex and Dusty are both 3-1, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yep.
I need to start by winning my last game, which will be tomorrow at noon against Leggy Starswing. Go get me there. That'll get me tied with whoever doesn't win tomorrow between Rex and Dusty.
Yeah,
I'll have to play them for the tiebreaker. Then after that, if I get through that, I then have to face whoever doesn't win between Microports and his tiebreaker. So I've got to win 3 in a row.
Yeah. So there's your main challenge. Are you up for it?
I mean, I'm not going to back down. If I got through this siege, what's 3 races?
It is a gauntlet. Yeah, it is quite the gauntlet. Leggy into Rex or Dusty into who into
E1.
Microcorgs and the other one.
Could be.
It's a gauntlet. All we can say is good luck and not much else really.
No, really. And
Yeah.
but one match at a time, though. I mean, it is 3 in a row, and I'm aware of that situation. But no one in this tournament and in this group should be overlooked, and Leggy is no exception. So, first things first, got to get that out of the way.
Yeah. All starts tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, so, any final things, Anakat?
Harumph, congratulations. You rolled a seed in which Leonhart would have been next to impossible to check.
Yes.
I don't know if Rex showed it, but it was Own It from Earthbound.
We did not get to see the Twin Heart music, but thank you for telling us.
Sure. Poydrak and Xenocat, thanks for doing the comms. I'm not going to have time between tomorrow and noon to go back and look on it, but I will go back and look at some point, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Emily, thanks for pushing all of the buttons. Everyone else, thanks for being here and watching. And if you're enjoying the tournament, I am.
Thank you for being on the stream today, and good luck. Other than that, Zeneca, I do believe we're done. I can't think of anything else to do except send people on their way for even more free enterprise.
Well, I think we have to shout out our later tonight races coming up on Free Enterprise on the main Free Enterprise channel in just over half an hour. I believe we have a race between Slippery and Gemini Hero. And then back here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a race between Sorbius and Cubs Roll. So
all the marbles, I believe that's for first place.
Yeah. They are in a race for first place in their group.
Definitely some very good races. Hopefully you'll see them all. I believe we're heading over to Invenerable at this moment in time to give you a bit of a stopgap free enterprise between now and those races. So, yeah, go and give him some hellos, and please don't spoil this race. People do want to watch it back. Just, it's been a chill night. Relax. And just chill.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming out. Do not spoil again. We bonk you. We have newspapers.
Very large newspapers.
Yes. But enjoy Invenerable stream. I believe he's practicing brackets flags. So see you over there.
Enjoy your evening.